Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored by Spiegel Law PC, 516-873-1683, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, and Riester's Bakery. Here are your hosts, David and Norm. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, so thank you, Dan and Norm. Good to be back in the studio.
Always good.
So the Fifth Squad, they reported an arrest of a Baldwin man following a weapons-related incident. It occurred Wednesday night, October 15th, on Grand Avenue, on the north side of town. And the officers responded to a 911 call. There was a large crowd, a BMW with its engines running. The alleged person, Tyrese Ashley, fled the scene but was later apprehended. And the driver, Jonathan Romage, resisted arrest and was found carrying a loaded 9mm handgun. Just another day in West Hempstead, right, Norm?
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. The last couple of weeks, we've had incidents like this all over town. On Woodfield Road, they stopped somebody who just bolted from the car. And then they had a search for him.
Yes.
I had two police cars go down Plymouth Street with their searchlights on, which I've never seen before. 2 minutes later, an emergency service truck with like 6 lights lit up the whole block. A helicopter's flying overhead. They busted this guy on the block.
It's like living in Brooklyn. When I used to go visit my in-laws, I felt like I was under attack all the time because there was just a constant sound of sirens and helicopters and all sorts of stuff. I think Brooklyn is coming to West Hempstead. It's crazy.
I don't know what this is, but there are people coming from outside the neighborhood, causing problems, and the cops are jumping all over it. And I'm thrilled.
Yeah, and in this other story that happened on Grand Avenue, a third individual became combative and assaulted the police officer, who was later had to go to the hospital for evaluation. All 3 defendants are facing multiple charges.
Great.
This is this is suburbia.
Well, so the message goes out. West Hempstead's not the place to come and screw around. I mean, this is not a safe haven for guys who want to carry guns.
I think Blakeman's, his convoy, they should just have a West Hempstead convoy just circling West Hempstead over and over and over again.
All I can tell you is it seems like there were multiple bad decisions made during this exercise, and for all those people on the Facebook groups, that's why the helicopters were out the other day.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone gets excited in West Hempstead when they see a helicopter. So let's get to some good stuff, because you got to get the bad stuff out of the way. The West Hempstead Community Support Association honored Rosalie Norton as its Person of the Year, and Rosalie has just incredible credentials. And Norm, I know you've worked with her.
I worked very closely with her. She was just a powerhouse. So last night she said, I feel guilty taking this award because I love doing what I did.
Yeah.
And what she did was really amazing. First of all, she turned the Civic Association into a legitimate nonprofit that could accept donations and go for grants.
Yeah.
She was involved in the 9/11 memorial. Mm-hmm. She was involved in the hotel that she had closed.
Yeah, the Capri and Hall's Pond.
People who don't know her, this woman was West Hempstead. She was the mayor of West Hempstead.
So Norm, so you were there for a little bit and then you left. She also had mentioned your involvement in getting the 503c, set up. And I think that's still continuing, right?
Yes, it is a 501c3 nonprofit. They want to change the name back to Civic Association because people don't know what West Hempstead Community Support Association means. Don't worry about it. It's an IRS rule that you can't use the word civic, but they're going to be filing a DBA, doing business as a West Hempstead Civic. So when you see that, feel free to make out your checks to West Hempstead Civic. It's an association that you really need to support. Membership's only $25 a year.
Yeah,
really,
and
they earn their money.
These are amazing things too. I mean, when you see what goes on behind the scenes, how hard people are working, and most people don't think about it. They get up, they say they don't understand how it takes really hard work to make these things nice and to make it a good place to live. And God bless Rosalie. Thank her for all that work.
Yeah, and there was also an update last night by the Heatherwoods folks. So they came in and they told us all the amazing things that are going on. They're getting pre-leasing. There's a huge list of people who are interested, like 4,000 names.
Wow.
They're about a quarter of the way done with the sheetrock, so it sounds like they still have a long way to go. But anyone who's driven by has seen that they're continuing to make.
They're a year away from opening wide, So I think it's going to be exciting for the neighborhood. Let's just hope the traffic gets under control because there's a lot of people.
There were a lot of questions about the parking and specifically the parking, and will there be an overflow, and will that overflow kind of back up into West Hempstead proper, and there's a lot of units. I mean, this is
over 400.
Yeah, so it's just an amazing thing to see this whole little city pop up. But it is going to change, how things look in West Hempstead, and may even change the traffic flow. So,
but think about that math, though. I mean, if you're saying there's 4,000 people signed up, as interested. They're only going to have room for 10% of those people. To me, it's an indication that we need this kind of housing in town. And listen, I'm certainly going to welcome, turning that into a vibrant site.
Yeah.
Well, there's no question. You have seniors in West Hempstead who have kids here, but they don't want to keep the big house anymore. They don't want to pay taxes on that big house. And if they have a decent opportunity to rent something that makes sense, why not?
Yeah, it's a 1 or 2 year lease. I mean, although the prices are, all market prices. So, they're starting at like $4,000 for a studio, going $6,000-7,000.
Yeah, but
today per month.
Today you can sell your home in West Hempstead for $850,000 minimum.
Yeah,
minimum. So you can take that money, put it in the bank, and live on the interest for quite a while, and still pay rent.
Yeah,
so, it's a good deal.
Well, you know what? It certainly beats the old Liquidators lot. Although I would have no place to take any of my kids or future grandkids to learn how to drive. So that parking lot was great.
I miss Liquidators because there was stuff I could go buy over there that was dirt cheap. But again, good to have new, bright, shiny places for people to move in.
So earlier this week there was the Jewish holiday of Simchat Torah. And what was really amazing, and some people, of course, took to Facebook because they just didn't know what was going on. A good portion of Hempstead Avenue was closed off because there were people who were singing and dancing in the streets.
Hundreds and hundreds of people. Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen that many people in West Hempstead.
And hundreds of kids on top of that.
Yeah, it was amazing. It
really
was
amazing.
It was great. Beautiful. And Dan, just while we're on the subject of holidays, bad segue. Your synagogue is now back where it all began, right?
Yep. I want to certainly thank Hank and their beautiful new campus and Young Israel. It's a little complex to get everything worked out, but glad to say that the north end of town is back served by our particular service. We're a satellite of the Young Israel, but with Heatherwood coming in and with the Hank campus being there, it's really, really important to have that outlet up on the north end of town. Really grateful to all the folks who put a lot of work into this, just to make this happen. And listen, our particular congregation is delighted about it, so we're certainly grateful to everybody for it. And if anybody's interested, come on down. We'd be happy to have you.
Great. Really happy for you and everyone in the community. So I think maybe now is a quick time to take a commercial break.
Hi, I'm Jeff Wenger, owner and operator of Tiffany Dry Cleaners. We've made things even easier. Schedule a cleaning pickup just with one click on our new app or website. And don't forget, we offer free pickup, delivery right to your door. Tiffany Dry Cleaners gets it just right.
So Norm, West Hempstead has like the weirdest layout of stop signs. Some make sense, some don't make sense. Some are 4-way, some are 3-way, some are 2-way. It's all over. So we had this story that kind of buzzed up on social media. stop sign was installed at the corner of Coolidge and Langley. So it went from a 2-way to a 4-way. And people were, some people were outraged because it's yet another stop sign, but most people are just kind of, going back to the model of we need to keep cars, stopping.
Hi, I'm Jeff Wenger, owner and
It's an issue.
I don't know how they decide where to put them, honestly. I've never been able to make sense out of it. Some streets, like the Chestnut Street, is once you cross over Hempstead Avenue, you have a stop sign every single block. And it is annoying as can be.
But then on the other hand, in the presidential section, you have Roy Street, which has no stop sign going into South Cherry Valley Road, which has a stop sign, which makes absolutely no sense because it should be the other way around.
I haven't a clue.
So, and there are cases all over the place where there is just blocks that go into another street without a stop sign.
Yep.
It's a mess.
Yeah, I will say they also added it at Langley and Wilson, and God bless Majestic over there. They tend to be very busy. I happened to go past just as they put the stop sign in, and it was a little bit complicated. But I do think at that particular corner, because it's so hard to get through with the garage there, it's actually kind of helpful to have the additional stop sign. But they didn't go all the way up and down Langley, because it was down a couple of blocks further. I think it was at McKinley, and they didn't put one in there. So I'm not quite sure what happened.
I don't know. I think there's probably a method to their madness, but can speed bumps be really far behind everyone? I mean, come on, let's get those speed bumps.
To speed bumps.
Always. And there was some rumors that Madison, Adam had said, I think they're going to be paving Madison because they put some streets. I don't think it ever happened. So some things in West Hempstead will continue to be a mystery. But something that's not a mystery is Riesterers, because everyone knows Riesterers. Everyone loves Riesterers. It's a landmark in the community. And it was so exciting last week that we were able to carry their 94th anniversary birthday party, which was out in their parking lot. They had all these vintage cars.
They were cool cars.
And they had the whole family, all 4 generations. And it was really exciting.
It is spectacular. I saw Carl Sr. at the meeting last night with for Person of the Year award, and he's still going strong. It's such a pleasure to see this guy.
Yeah,
he's a founder of the town.
Yeah, I mean, and the family is all civic, oriented. And Carl Jr. has been the fire chief, and is taking on. They're the bedrock of the community, and the historical society, and all that good stuff. So congratulations to Riesterers, and again, just a reminder that Riesterers is now online. So if you're looking to send your college kid a gift, or someone who used to live in West Hempstead and just really have that urge to have that old school taste of Riesterers, just go to ourbakery.com and you can order it. It's real easy.
Perfect.
So switching gears. Dan, I don't know what specials are in Riesterers before I get off the subject.
Since we're talking about Riesterers, by the way, I hope everybody saw that we went Facebook Live from the event, so we're starting to spreading our own wings electronically. But I believe that they have apple cider donuts on sale this week.
Oh, that's great.
Sounds really good. $1.50 each, stocked with fresh bread, rolls, and pies. No, you can't order all this stuff online, but go check them out, as David said.
All right, and so in sports, the Rams, the football team is they're 3-3 for the season, but they really got walloped by Plain Edge, 56-20 last week. A tough matchup. I guess they got some offense because they were able to score 20 points.
Wow.
But they also gave up 56. So that was tough. We're certainly rooting for them, and hopefully they'll do a little better next week.
They had the homecoming parade. I don't know if we spoke about that a week or so ago.
Yeah. I heard them coming down Roosevelt.
Yeah, and then they had the woman who becomes the head of the parade. I don't forget what they call it. They elect somebody, one of the students, sitting in a car.
The prom queen? No, not the prom. The homecoming queen.
Homecoming queen.
There we
That's
go.
what it is.
And King.
And the marching bands in the junior high school. It was very cool.
Yeah. So just going back to our story that took place at Veterans Hall with the Person of the Year, there were Moshe Hill and Alina Nix were there, and they were there to give citations to Rosalie, which was great.
Nice.
But just to remind everyone that there is a candidate fireside chat that's going to be taking place October 27th at Hofstra University, featuring Moshe Hill and Alina Hicks. So, if Nix, I'm sorry, yes, Nix. So, Dan, do you think I can get all the names right? I mean, I've been doing fairly well.
You
for
have
a while.
been, but this is a good intro for me to do a rant, and I'm so fed up. The number of those.
Oh, here we go.
The number of those stupid mailers that show up at my house every day. I could wallpaper an entire house with this and still have leftover.
You could build a foundation within your house.
They're killing trees by the hundreds. I suspect that we're probably paying for it too. I'm sick to death of it. We are out of the paper age, folks. Please go electronic and save a tree.
And these people don't vote. I mean, by the way, when we go to these civic association meetings, which are wonderful, just to wrap up that whole thing, it's the same 30, 40, 50 people all the time. Rarely do you see someone new. And it's really important to get involved with civics and what's going on in the community. And it's the same thing about voting. It's your civic responsibility. And you really need to, if you want to see change, don't go on Facebook and don't go on some dopey WhatsApp group and start ranting. Get involved.
Yep.
Or get on a podcast, and then you can rant about, speed bumps and still political mailers and knock yourself out.
And, if you're looking to relax, oh, my God, at the library on Sunday, this coming Sunday will be the 19th at 2 p.m. They're going to have the group called Dream, and they're going to perform your favorite doo-wop classics from the 50s and 60s, and I guess music from the 70s.
2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Seating is first come, first serve. They urge you to bring a sweater in case it gets chilly. Sounds like it's going to be a fun day. Yeah, it's exciting. So, as we wrap things up, so Norm, I know you had a recent experience at CVS.
So disappointed in CVS. CVS on Hempstead Avenue. We bought some COVID tests. They were defective. They didn't come up with anything whatsoever. And there's a control line that it should show. We brought them back. They don't take them back. They don't give credit. They don't care. The manager there was arrogant, refused to show his ID. We wrote and opened the case with CVS. I'm not going back there. I'm done with CVS.
That's a shame.
Buy your drugs at West Hempstead Pharmacy. They don't give you that kind of attitude. And it was very disappointing for a big box store.
Yeah, it's, as you know, most of the big box pharmacies, have disappeared, like Rite Aid in our community. And there's a reason. If they don't provide great customer service, there's no reason to go back.
I wouldn't be surprised if these guys are on their way.
Well, that kind of stinks, but I think that's going to be a wrap for This Week in West Hempstead. I want to thank you, Norm. I want to thank you, Dan. And join us next week.
Join the fall.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Please be sure to visit our sponsors, Spiegel Law PC, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, and Riester's Bakery. To find out more or to reach out to us, come visit us on social media at Facebook and Instagram, or visit our website at westhempsteadecho.com.